Alright guys, I think I have what I need. Okay, just give me a minute.
Myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. This really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? Something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. Life changes just open the door. One thing's certain, I'll always be yours. Just as surprised as
Alright guys, so now hold on one second. I wanted to turn the music off here, but I want to put it a little bit lower than this, so hopefully you could hear that. Hello? Okay, one second. Whew, man, sorry about that. It was a long drawn out setup here. Well, welcome everybody. I hope you still hear me. Let me see who's in here. Could you let me give me 1 second, shall we? Okay. I think I'm on, but let me go to the... Okay, I think I'm on, but if I'm too quiet, please let me know. Man, so what a day, right? From yesterday market. If you look at the trading view, I didn't have that up. Should have had that up. So my dog is outside, so I might have to get up and bring them back in. Because usually they don't want to stay out too long. Okay, so let's start the show. Hi everybody. Hi. So, alright, so today's show, I don't know how long I'm gonna stay. It's Saturday, so I'm free. This morning I was like, hey, why not do a live show today? Huh? I feel like this is a better form for me anyway, for a free flow of okay, 1 second. My dog's here, so let me turn up the music a little bit so you could enjoy. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Okay, let me turn this up a little bit and then do this. So, alright, so as I was saying, welcome everybody. I am going to start my show. Sorry about the long pause there. I'm trying something new and I hope you enjoy the music in the background too. Let me turn it up a little bit so you could hear a little bit of it. Anyway, so I enjoy like different type of music. So if you feel like certain music is not, just let me know. Anyway, whatever. That doesn't matter. Let's get to the topic that I was going to discuss here, and of course the title kind of give it away. I want to kind of like focus on Ryan Cohen, right? Because of course like the media is like saying one thing, and then we all know what who Ryan Cohen is, right? Now of course I don't claim to know the guy personally, but from what I hear from him and the interview back in the Chewy days when he was on an MSNBC or MSNBC, CNBC and all that channel that used to promote him earlier, all of a sudden he is some sort of like failure after that, right? He was successful before when they want to promote him, but now he's a failure. So why? So but before we go to that particular route, let's look at the price action real quick, right? And one of the things that I wanted to kind of point out here is price action is very psychological. Okay, and this has been known. Like, if you've been in the market for a long time, now I'm not claiming that I've been in the market that long. You know, I've started my investment career. No, I'm not okay. I don't want to paint myself as this expert, because I'm not. I'm just a regular human being here. You know, have a regular job and kind of like trying to understand the market just like anybody else, right? I got into GameStop right after, you know, the run, right? And I thought it was over. The same mindset as everybody else. But then I start to learn more and more and more about the market and what's going on. I thought it's a free market, right? Like when you buy whole share, you hope that the company would do well. And then, yes, there's a shorting aspect of it. I didn't even know what shorting was until what happens back in January 2021, right? And when it broke out of the when GameStop broke out of the news, it was too late for regular people like me to jump in already. So my whole point of saying that is that psychologically they want you to feel what you're feeling right now. You know, looking at the price of GameStop right here. Right? And again, it could be an exchange of value. Some people think that GameStop's gonna go down lower. That's why they sell it at $12, $12.90. You know, I catch this falling knife right here. Boom. You know, at $13, I got 5 shares at $13. Feel pretty good about it. Now my portfolio is, my strategy here is having long-term, mid-term, and short-term portfolio. So no matter what, I feel like I have best of the third world, the three portfolio that I let me see. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But what I'm trying to say is that the price that you're seeing right now is totally psychological warfare, right? We all know that we need to focus on a different focus here, because if you were just to look at the price and not seeing the fundamental of the company, you would not have the intuition to hold on to this price, right? And if you look at any asset in the world, just like Bitcoin, right? If you look at Bitcoin back in, let me see, let's just look at it together, huh? Back in the flu shutdown, government shutdown, or even 3 years ago, when everything was shutting down, right? Let's do a 1 month candle right here. People were panicking, right? People were panicking, and you could get Bitcoin at $3,000-$4,000 down here, right? Now you might not be able to catch it because like it went back up almost immediately. But if you look at that wick right here, man, back then people would just sell. And this is a weekly candle, by the way. And so by the end of 3 days, it went back up to $5,000. So the whole point of me showing you this is just psychological, right? People who believe in the Bitcoin network will tell you that this price is a steal, right? Back down here. Now, I'm not saying GameStop's gonna do this. No, because this is a different asset class, or you could say that this is a different security, right? Of course, GameStop is a security by law, while Bitcoin is a commodity, right? Again, it's to remain to be seen. There's no clear laws that's saying anything, but as far as tax purposes, Bitcoin is taxed just like property. like if you own a piece of security or whatever, right? But again, the law has to remain to be seen yet. Like there's no clear rule, laws, or whatever. The SEC hasn't come up with that. But they have said, though, that Bitcoin is a commodity. That is Gary Gensler, the current chairman of SEC right now. And so, don't you think that people were panicking, selling here, and then regret it just immediately, and then they buy right here, right? Or, well, if they get lucky, they buy like right here. But most people wait to buy up here and then sell down here. You see what I mean? So it's psychologically, they are, Toby, I'm sorry, my dog is like, up right here. You okay? Go on. You've been out already. Sorry about that. But anyway, so my point is, you if you buy right here, right, and wait for how long does it take for you to recover back? You buy it right here. So at the high, obviously it takes some time. This is a daily candle, so that's about 350, close to a year for you to capture this rise right here, right? But you have to have that patience, right? The same way right here. If you look at the Toby, sorry about that. Hold on one second, you guys.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh.
All right, I'm sorry. Let's I hope you enjoyed that music. Hopefully the music plays for you too. Man, this is harder than I thought, yeah? Who knows that going live is such a hardship going on here. But anyway, so as I was saying, the price, again, is totally psychological. They want you to feel this way about this price. And they want you to feel that investing in GameStop is so labor intensive, right? All you have to do is just buy and hold, right? If you believe in the company, obviously. So the fundamental is there for you to, keep trucking, right? So wouldn't you want to accumulate Bitcoin right here, right? Again, it takes some time for people to realize this. It might not be a year. It might not be 2 years. How about people who bought it right here? And they've been waiting for this, right? From 4,000 something up to $14,000. Some people are so happy with that gain right there, right? So, but for the real believer out there, they've been buying Bitcoin since down here, or even down here, $4, $3, and they've been holding on to it until today's, right? And if you have that patience, that this is how the rich get richer, because again, they have the money to wait. Let's say they bought Bitcoin way back when it was $100, and they just like, oh, just wait on it, and then boom. But for us regular folks out here, we do not have the patience to wait. And this is why they do the price action that they do here, in order to give you that anxiety to have to buy it or sell it now. Otherwise, you're not going to get your money back, right? And see this price drop right here could make somebody go in a heart attack, right? If you just staring at the price. But yet, nobody wants to say that GameStop is actually a good company. Nobody wants to stare at this balance sheet, and that's why I want to focus on this, and I want to bring your attention to this. This is everything, right? Now, some metric is better used than other, in my opinion. Again, I'm not an expert, but some, like profit margin. Look, and people keep telling you that they don't have any profit margin, or they're working on a very thin, which is, look, currently, yes, in the past, yes, but they are doing something different right now, meaning not completely different in the facts that they're doing some innovation. No, they just went back to old school business, selling goods and services to people, right? And hopefully those people are gonna continue shopping with a GameStop, right? And like I told people before, and even people at work that I have, hi everybody. I know, hi, Lynn ML, thank you. Yes, I'm up early today. It's Saturday, so I'm free. Welcome. Let's see. As I was saying, like even like when I talk to people at work, right? And I feel like people were like, man, like stop talking about GameStop already. But it's such a great company, and I want people to realize it too. But people would always say, oh, hey, I thought it's going bankrupt. Oh, I thought it's already over, right? They saw it on the news, but then they're like, oh, I thought it's over. So these are type of sentiment that they want the masses to believe. And I keep showing them, well, I mean, one person even said like, oh, there's they just sell physical game, digital game is coming up. It's the same narrative, right, that the media wants them to believe. And I was like, look, have you seen, I showed them the website even. It's like, look, they have expanded their catalog. They have not just keep selling, physical game anymore. I even show them the balance sheets. Like, you have like the breakdowns of hardware, software, and what's the other one? No, I forgot. Oh, collectible, right? So I even show them like, look, here's the growth. Here's the, and they're like, oh, wow, But again, they still have the same mentality. Oh, it's going to continue to go downhill from here, right? So again, and then of course, I talk about Ryan Cohen as well. It's like, look, there's new leadership here. This company is not the same company as you heard about 5 years ago, 3 years ago even. Remember, Ryan Cohen and the leadership that is new now, it's only been here for 3 years. My dog is back. 1 second. Crazy. He's been out so many times. He's just like being a spoiled little doggy over here. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, even the new leadership hasn't been like elevated to the way that the media used to elevate Ryan Cohen before, and that's what I wanted to get to next. So, but anyway, so I was like, look, they are selling different things, they are doing different things here, and I would even show them this. Look at this. I mean, in some, well, now it's not sold out anymore. I'm sure they probably increasing their inventory, but they were sold out everywhere a couple weeks ago when I showed them. And man, it's like, again, like this third quarter, I bet you anything they're gonna increase the my dog is insane, you guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, give me a minute, let me put up some music for you. Alright, you guys, I'm back. I'm sorry. Goodness. Alright. So, as I was saying, now hopefully I'm doing the right thing. Can you hear me okay? Anybody? What kind of dog do you have? And then, he's a lab mixed, very, very spoiled one at that. Lab mixed with something, but he's a very small, like a medium-sized dog, not even small medium, I would say. Like it's almost like a lab dog, but I don't know why they call him a lab mixed. So he might have mixed some with something else smaller. I always joke like it might have been a Chihuahua. So thank you for asking. Let's go back to Gamestop here. But yeah, so I mean, like if you look at it, a couple weeks ago, it was like sold out everywhere, right? And I would show them that, and they were like, "Oh, I didn't know that," right? Again, this is why. But anyway, I don't know how many of them actually listen and actually buy into GameStop and invest into GameStop. That is on them to decide. Honestly, you know, the reason why I want them to know about this particular company is because, of course, like everything, we have everything in this company. Number one, we have great leadership, right? Number two, what do we have? We have an amazing industry to go into, growing industry, which is the gaming, right? And on top of that, what do we have? blockchain technology as well. So that's the future growth of this company. But more importantly, we have a strong fundamental business that does make money. Yes, right now we're still working, massaging the number, right? But again, we're not bleeding as much as we were before, right? And they would love to point out the fact that, net income is not there yet. Well, we have 2 more quarters to go. So we're closing down on the third quarter right now, right? And so we'll see what the number is then. Now, if the third quarter, if I see that GameStop lost $1 billion, okay, that's a cause for concern, right? But until then, we have this going on. But the price does not justify it at all. At all. Now, I always tell people too, and Lionel, if you're here, you could comment on this. But yeah, Lionel is my coworker, and we always talk about GameStop. But anyway, we always said look, what happened right here? What happened since the last earning to now? What happens to the company? So if you look at the last earning right here, back in June to here, the company is doing well, but yet the price is coming down. That is the best opportunity for anyone to jump in right now, right? Because again, the price coming down while the company is doing better. Right? If you ever listen to Jeff Bezos way back in the dot-com bubble, he said the same thing. Every metric of the company back then was going up and up. People are signing up. People, the cash flow was, they're not losing as much money back then. In fact, they probably make more money, right, than they used to over here. But yet the price just keeps plummet, right? And of course, the people who do these things, we all know that these right here, from here to here, volume is nowhere to be seen, right? Now, if you look at the previous volume right here, from here, this is billions of shares. This is million, right? Free split too. So if people are actually taking profit or selling, running for dear life, we would have seen more volume than this, right? Now look, this is the selling pressure right there. Yes, we did sell. Retail was panicking right here, and as anybody would, right? Because again, they removed the buy button, right here. So but then guess what? I think, Roaring Kitty bought more right here. And this is where it went up like crazy. And this is when they're starting to plan to take volume away from GameStop by, pushing you every other stock besides GameStop. And I used to be in that camp too, right? Where AMC is the same as GME, the same type of thing. No, right? And I got wiser, and it was like, well, let me focus on this, because I used to not do this. I just, Bed Bath & Beyond and all that stuff, and I lost some money on that. And well, it's my fault. Of course, I was the one who bought into Bed Bath & Beyond and all that stuff, and I bought in when Brian Cohen bought in. And made some money, but then lost a whole bunch back because I was believing the narrative. Oh, he has to still be in it, right? But anyway, so there's no evidence of that. Obviously, everything that was said was perhaps being taught. Being taught, I don't know what's the words I'm looking for. But being pushed by the media, correct, right? Because they don't want anyone anyone, even like the mere mention of GameStop sometime, like would make these media heads cringe. Like you look at their facial expression anytime, like especially CNBC, anytime they mention the name GameStop, they cringed because you're not supposed to. But anyway, so let me so this is Bitcoin, obviously. So let me see. Now there is a good news in this space, and I've been tracking Bitcoin for a while. I've been in Bitcoin now. Okay, let me rephrase this. The reason why I know a lot about stocks now is because I was investing in Bitcoin, right? And that was my first kind of security exchange type thing, or buying and selling things for profit type thing, right? Meaning that I learned to buy low, sell high, and learn to long-term invest is a lot better. So the experience that I have for Bitcoin kind of prepared me to be in the stock market. Meaning that I was learning as much as I can. What is stock? What is bond? What is the Federal Reserve? What is the money monetary system, right? Anything to do with money. Because before this, I did not know. And everything I learned, just like I said, is through Googling. So it's nothing like no formal education or anything like that. But I just am naturally interested in this type of things, right? And so because hey, you could make money on it, right? And you could lose a lot of money too. So yeah, you better know what you are doing, investing in, and all that stuff. Now, before this, of course, I was believing in Bitcoin. I knew about Ethereum, right? The Ethereum network and all that stuff. Made a whole bunch of money on Ethereum as well. Now, a whole bunch for me, like a lot of money for me. It might not be a lot of money for you, but it's pretty eye-opening for me to experience that growth, right? And because if I work on my line of work, I wash dishes for a living. I always joke that, right? It's a glorified dishwasher position here. But I love my job, right? Because I get to talk to people and all that stuff. And then on the side, I'm doing trading on the side. So it allowed me to have that peace of mind that, hey, this is the growth right here, right? That I want to go into and do more. But anyway, I'm just babbling about myself here. Back to Ethereum network. And this is where I got interested in GameStop as well, because they were naturally doing something that I, could relate to. Number one, and that was the first draw. And of course, the main draw was Ryan Cohen, right? I'll get to him in a minute. But anyway, so with Ethereum, you could build a platform on Ethereum. And that's why it's a lot more, could be more popular than Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is just like buy and hold, and then it's the most boring asset in the world, right? But you could, gain so much because, again, it's such a new asset class, right? Currently, don't quote me on this, it's probably changed now, but only 25% of the population have Bitcoin or know what Bitcoin is, right? It used to be 1%, right? That's why they get so much gain from it. And then on top of that, I bet you anything, nobody knows about the XRP. So that's what I was gonna go into if we have some time here to kill. Yes, so the XRP, that's another, it's so much, you guys. So this space is going to explode like no other. And I'll explain why in a minute as well. So the fact that GameStop have all of this, right? The great business that it will be in the nearest future. I'm hoping 5 years, right? It's going to be stronger. Balance sheet's going to be stronger. Foundation's going to be stronger. And then they could scale on top of that too. So it's a great company, and we're so early, and the fact that you could get it at this price, man, like I always joke too. It's like, look, if the SPY's coming down, if people are freaking out, and everything, oh, the end of the world, and you see the geopolitical landscape right now, right? You see that everything that you see here can fall, right? But that has nothing to do with the fundamental of the company. So if you ever see this drop, man, that's your opportunity right there. Just like the opportunity for you to buy Bitcoin was that drop right here. Boom. Right? And again, people are going to be emotional about it. And I bought, hold on, did I mark it? Oh man, I didn't. My cost average right now in my long-term portfolio, which is in my Roth IRA, which I have 30 years to cash, okay? So I'm young enough that, that I have 30 years, in front of me to cash. But my cost average is up here. I have not added to that particular portfolio. So I'm planning to add more because, of course, like the end of the year, I'm trying to make sure that, I have enough money for now. And then that's when I'm gonna like put everything in there, right? Now, if you don't know anything about the Roth IRA, right? Roth IRA, personal one, you could stash in $6,500, right? So I'm trying to save as much as I can by the end of the year, and by the time I file for my next tax, hopefully I could get the maximum amount. I'm gonna max it out, right? That's my hope. But man, if it comes down here, $4, that's when Ryan Cohen got in, by the way. Look at this. This is the range of this is when he wrote to the board. Right here, the public letter that he has. 1 second. My other dog. It's like, anyway, so, and then this is when he filed that he bought, like, so much share. I don't remember, but you could go back to the SEC filing to see it for yourself, right? But, and this is why I made a video preparing people. You might see $4 of GameStop, but just know, nothing to do with the fundamental of the company at all. Okay? So, all right. So back to crypto. Now, I've been in this coin for a while. I remember buying it at 15 cents, and this is a long journey for me. Because again, I'm a nerd, right? Again, I don't own way too much of this at all, right? I only have a handful that I comfortably could kind of stash away. Not much at all, but I have a feeling that this coin is much more than anyone could imagine, right? And the potential of it going nuts again, excuse my language, is poised right now. The reason being is that I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, XRP lawsuit, the SEC, hold on, XRP versus SEC news, drop. Look, I mean, this is monumental, and I'll relate it to GameStop, and it is related to GameStop, actually. And if you have not followed this lawsuit before, I know Lou talking about it. No, don't confuse that with, Lou is a terrible person, right? I think we all agree with that. But, oh man, why is he doing that? I hate it when they do that. Paywall thing. Ad block. But anyway, so the SEC dropped the charge against Ripple executives. So here's another point that I want to make. The SEC has the ability to sue your company, whatever your company is. If you haven't read up about the SEC versus Ripple, it's gonna make your blood boil. Now, I follow this lawsuit because, again, I own this coin. Of course, naturally, I have to know everything I need to know about the lawsuit. But when the lawsuit happened, the price dropped substantially, right? If you look at this right here, the lawsuit was right here, the like December of 2020. Okay, and the minute that XRP was about to go like this, because this is the direct competitive for Ethereum, and this is why the lawsuit was brought, and I'll tell you why in a minute if you don't know anything. Again, like, this is just in the nutshell here. I don't dive deep too well, but I knew all this because I follow the lawsuit, right? By the way, so they filed a lawsuit. Who was that guy? I should do a better video on this, but again, like, I'm not I'm not the person to Jay Clayton, I think that's the guy. Jay Clayton, right here. This is the guy who brought lawsuit against XRP, back in that time. And he was about to get out of the seat, right? From being the chairman of the SEC. Guess where he's at right now? Jay Clayton. If you look at Jay Clayton, I'm copying Moran's rants right now. Connect the dot. I would love him to do this connect the dot because he will do a great job at this. Private equity. If you look at private equity, right? If you look into this guy, like, he's connected to Ethereum, okay? And that's why he brought a lawsuit. That's what people think, right? In the XRP community, they're like, hey, this is not fair. This is not a free market. And we all know this. We all know why. Hold on. So, complex. Again, like, there was cybersecurity group. Surveillance. Energy, telecom, Apollo. Everything has to do with Apollo, you guys. By the way, so James also currently serves as a non-executive chairs of Apollo Global. Why am I not surprised, you guys? And this is why I feel like all the lawsuit that happened back then was to stop GameStop from running. And it's like the conspiracy is getting even more conspiracier, right? And this is not a conspiracy, you guys. I use that word so much, and I know, like, when I talk about stuff like this, people think that I'm crazy, But man, like, reality is stranger than fiction, you guys. I'm not even joking. But anyway, so this guy brought the lawsuit on XRP, and because of that, because he was connected to an Ethereum base, and of course, look, Apollo Global Management, right? So, don't you think? So when did GameStop run? Man, like, we're on live right here, you guys. We're on live. So I'm like, my mind is rolling right now too. Hold on one second. This is GameStop. I can't even see this. What the hell? Hold on. Let me go back. What's going on? Man, it's froze. Okay, let me leave this. Okay, right here. Sorry. Okay, so when was the lawsuit again? Around December 2020. Right here. Is that a coincidence or not? Like, I don't know, you guys. Like, again, this Jay Clayton is the guy who brought up the lawsuit. And I bet you anything that happens to the crypto space back then was happening behind the scene to set up for GameStop. Right? To prevent GameStop from doing this. Right? And of course, back in the letter, think about this. Back in the letter, when Ryan Cohen wrote that letter, he said it in that letter. You have to get to the what is it? Well, let's look at the letter together. Huh? GameStop, Ryan Cohen, letter right here. Yeah, it's a publicly known thing. You know, you could just go and Google it, like public information right here. So what did he say about going to digital? Did he say anything about NFT back then? Power up reward, despite looking forward for the competitor. The company can still emerge in the market leader and ultimate destination for gamer. Sorry guys, I'm skimming through. Technology is changing nearly every aspect of gaming world. Right. Over declining. Hold on. Transitioning from physical to hardware to digital streaming. The explosion of mobile. The shift to purchasing from mass retailer and other online competitor. Sales has plummeted. So this is what he is noticing. So fiscal year of 19, 6 billion. Leadership must promptly pivot to from a brick and mortar mindset to a technology-driven vision. Okay, so does he say anything about NFT? Sorry, you guys, I want to see if he mentioned anything about NFT yet. Not yet, huh? Okay. So it's not in the letter, but I bet you anything, it was in the work, right? NFT Marketplace, when did it come out? Do we know? I should know this, but you know, I don't know the date, but I just know that they launched NFT Marketplace at some point, right? And of course, Jay Clayton probably was seeing this, or whoever he works for, and it seems like he has he serves, you guys, serves, not even in the past tense, as a non-executive chair of Apollo Global Management. Need I say more? Libel transition, oversight council for president working for marketplace. Ridiculous. Now, this is Jay Clayton, but let's look at Bill Hinman. Okay, Bill Hinman is another one that was before him. I think Hinman. I might spell his name wrong, but I'm terrible at this, you guys. Bill Hinman. I think it's... No. SEC. Maybe that will come up. SEC chairman. Right here. Bill William Hinman, sorry. For some reason I thought his name was Bill. William Hinmans. Now this guy is the for Jay Clayton, right? He well, right now he's probably have some private equity position, but previously, SEC chairman. This guy is the one that gave Ethereum and Bitcoin a green light, okay, way back before the SEC even, right here, respond to, no. This is his speech and statement. So if you look at, oh man, when did he publicly, going on news even saying that Bitcoin and Ethereum is not a security? Okay, now does he have any like formal written law, whatever? And this is where Ethereum go berserk, right? My dog is back, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so give me a minute. I will be right back. Yeah, go ahead and kind of look at this guy's face a little bit, and I'll be right back, okay? Sorry about this. Hey, it's Saturday, so if you want to hang out here, I appreciate all of you being here in the chat. Okay, let me turn on music. Turn off. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, yes, thank you for joining me, all of you guys. Lynn, Lorenz would see that face, say, look at this guy. He's gross. Oh man, yes, I agree. I know it looks gross, isn't it? But anyway, what should we call you? I don't know. You know, like seeing Morans getting harassed by these people, man. Like I hesitate, you know. But eventually, I'll be braver. Right now, I'm just like, again, I'm just doing this and showing you guys. Like, I got inspired by Morans, honestly. That's why. But seeing how these people could be so cruel and so unhuman, you know, about everything, I just hesitate to. For now, just I go by Be More. Call me Be More for now. But I appreciate you asking, though. Toby, come on. No. My dog is going nuts again. Okay, 1 second. I'll be right back. Let me put my dog out right here. Okay. All right, I'm so sorry. Okay, this live stream should be like title. I'm so sorry, my dog is going nuts. Okay, let me go back to what we were talking about. Okay, so what were we talking about? Hello, everybody. Hi, Jay. Cool. Thank you so much for joining, you guys. Like, I get nervous now when people are watching me live here. So, but welcome everyone. So, I'm not as good as reading the chat. So, if you want to chat, asking me question, of course, I'll look from time to time. Thank you for the music. I love that you love the music. All right, so let's go to this now. Again, I'm not doing deep dive, you guys. This is not my plan at all to talk to you about all of the history, because it's just gonna be so much. Just like I want Morans to do this, connect the dots, you guys. So if you want to, but again, like he's not like into the blockchain world, so I don't know how much of that he's gonna dig from, but. If you want him to do a deep dive on Ethereum versus Ethereum versus XRP, sorry about that. Let me rephrase that. If you want Lorenz to do a topic of connecting the dot, I want him to do the SEC versus XRP and how it's connected to the Ethereum, coin, right? So this guy is the one that says, hey, Ethereum and Bitcoin are not security. This is before XRP was, in the picture, right? Now, XRP, the origin of the XRP ledger is to be direct competition with Bitcoin, right? But Ethereum was the one that kind of branching off of that. The guy who created Ethereum was actually working for not Ripple, but working at the, I guess headquarter of a Bitcoin ledger. Bitcoin ledger. Man, I'm terrible at this, you guys. Follow me. So the guy who created Ethereum was originally working for the XRP ledger, and what he wanted to do is do the smart contract thing, right? And XRP at the time didn't feel like smart contract was something they feel like it's too much for that, because they want to solve what Bitcoin couldn't solve, XRP, okay? So they create a different type of ledger. Now, Bitcoin is like a blockchain, one block at a time type thing. So it's slow. It's secure. It's much more secure in terms of the consensus mechanism. It's a lot safer, but it's really slow. So if you want the whole world to use that platform, we all know about it, right? You need a lot of energy, right? Because again, millions of transactions is chasing that block, one block to be put on the chain. But eventually you're going to get your transaction, you're going to get Bitcoin and all that stuff. It's just that it's going to take time. And if you want to be a global currency, you need a better runtime, right? The transaction per second. So that's what XRP was set out to. Guys, I hope I got you back. Oh man. Okay, got disconnected. Hopefully got you back. Okay, I'm back. I don't know why I got disconnected. So hopefully I am back, but let me continue with my train of thoughts here. So you have these maximum supplies, and then you have But it's everything that you see here is already been created by the XRP ledger, and this is where the whole discussion about whether the XRP is a security thing, right? That's another whole different game. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I'm still connected, you guys. So give me a minute, because I was disconnected before. Okay, my earplugs disconnected. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why it does that. I am so sorry, but it looks like I'm back live. Can everybody hear me now? Can you please give me a go? A thumbs up or something, Lynn? All right. I think I'm back on. I'm back on. This is rocky, you guys. This is rocky. But go back to XRP. So everything has been created is right here in front of you. You see $100 billion? I mean, 100 billions of XRP is being created. That's it. There's no more. So the whole debate about XRP is better than Bitcoin and all that stuff, it's remained to be seen, right? Because the world hasn't seen it yet. But I've used the coin before. It's very fast. So if you've been using the technology, there's no question about the fastness of it. Now, the other part is the consensus mechanism. Is it going to be manipulatable, right? Because the argument is Bitcoin cannot be manipulated. Who knows, right? I'm not that technical to know that, but I mean, Bitcoin has been around for a long time. Of course, the appeal of it is a proof of work, right? You have to have some miner competing for that transaction to put your transaction on, and then they get a piece of Bitcoin with it, right? And the incentive to keep the network going is that economic yes, I have coffee with me right here, Lynn. So I'm sorry. I enjoy my coffee. I always like, do that. Sorry if I'm too loud drinking in your ear here. But yeah. So where am I going with this, you guys? What I'm trying to say is that there is an argument here to be had with these two competing network, whether it's better to have XRP as the world reserve currency, because again, with Bitcoin, the argument is that it is using too much energy here. It's going to be ruin the world, which I don't know if that's true though. Because again, you're competing to get that one transaction in order to get that transaction fee, right? And that's where miners are coming in to keep the network of the Bitcoin, the integrity of that ledger, right? For XRP, it's a little bit different because the consensus mechanism is working differently. You're kind of picking and choosing whichever one, but it still works, right? So since every coin has been already created, all they have to do is just moving those supplies around. It's like, hey, if I have one XRP versus you have one XRP, when you send your one XRP to me, now I have 2, you have 0. So those ledger is already been kept like that. You're just moving the digit around, so to speak, right? And whether you could fake your balance now. So when you have 1, you send me 1, you should have 0. Whether can you create more XRP on your own? That's remained to be seen. But again, the world hasn't know about XRP to the extent that the world knows about Bitcoin and Ethereum yet, right? So that's the whole point. So going back to the SEC, coming after Ethereum, but keep in mind though, XRP was around the same time created, around the same time as Ethereum, okay? And this guy right here, Bill Hinman, claimed that Bitcoin and Ethereum are the same, are non-security back then, right? Don't have no laws whatsoever. People go off of that. And that's why Ethereum, when it exploded, right? And of course, was about to take over Bitcoin. And then XRP was kind of left hanging. But XRP did experience some growth from that as well, right here. That's when Hinman was telling the world, hey, Bitcoin and Ethereum are not security. So since that happened, XRP executive, you heard about Brad Garlinghouse. If you haven't heard about them, see this Ripple executive was like, hey, if Ethereum is not a security, then there's no way that XRP is a security, right? And of course, people were enthusiastic about it, including me. I think I bought it around, right, like 15 cents. I remember buying it at 15 cents. Again, like $5, $6 here. My investment in this is not too much, but I remember, kind of know about all this because, again, I was into Bitcoin at the time as well. I was like, hey, technology, I love technology, and I wanted to kind of see what's going on. So I did trade it, and yes, when I send one XRP to another XRP wallet, it does like 3 seconds, you guys. It's really fast. So that's why I bought in and all that stuff and hold for a little while, and then I kind of forgot about it. I did not sell up here. But some people did. Of course, people were loading up back here too, below dollar. Below 1 cent right here, right? And people make a whole bunch of money on this run. And then, of course, everything else just went out. Like when, as usual, everything, the Bitcoin even, they went down. And this is the second run, and this is where the stunning growth coming from here is that after Bill Hinman, saying all this, of course, there's still unclarity, no clear rules or anything. The SEC didn't say anything. Even XRP executive was like, hey, is this a security? If you follow the lawsuit, you know all the story. But the story is that the executive went to Jay Clayton, who's the other guy, like, hey, is XRP consider security? And they wouldn't say anything. They would be, just silent about it, right? Until this guy coming along and get the lawsuit to the right here. As I said in the beginning, right here, that's when he filed a lawsuit against XRP, Ripple, okay, and XRP. Now, XRP is the coin, so it's not a entity, it's not a company. Now, Ripple is a company that is dealing with money remittance, right? That's what they want to go into, is sending money overseas, right? And that's the appeal of this particular coin. But this is also was considered to be a banker coin, right? And that's their niche, is that they want to facilitate they want to help banks facilitate that transaction a lot faster and a lot cheaper for banks, though, for banks. So that's important. And if you research on this coin, you know, there's some connection in the IMF, you know, and all that stuff. And of course, that's another deeper dive here. And there's just so much connection going on, you guys. It's just so much that's why it's just hard for me to even start where to start with this, right? But with that, all that being said, though, it's not doom and gloom, and I think the opportunity is right here. Let me go back to the lawsuit again. I'm all over the place right here. So recently, let's just fast forward. All of that happened. Blah blah blah. Let's just fast forward to now. Right. So 2 days ago, back in 19, is it? Yes, 2 days ago, the lawsuit was dropped, you guys. So the SEC sued the Ripple executive for $1 billion. Okay, and there you go. $1 billion, saying that these executives are selling XRP as an unregistered security. So keep in mind, at this point in time, we don't know what Bitcoin is. We don't know what Ethereum is. So if Bill Hinman's saying that Ethereum is not a security, then there's no way that XRP is a security, because XRP has no initial coin offering, okay, but Ethereum has initial coin offering. It's just like an IPO, right? So again, this is where the corruption comes from. That if you look at the Bill Hinman guy, I bet you anything he probably connected to private equity, and Jay Clinton too. If you look at his, I bet you anything, if you connect that dot, he's probably be related to Ethereum network. That's why they you know, they did not go after Ethereum, but they go after XRP, because XRP was about to take over Ethereum network, because again, it's just the technology. It's just faster than Ethereum and cheaper than Ethereum to operate on the XRP ledger. Okay, now I'm not a builder, I'm not a coder, I'm not on all of that. It's just that me using XRP as a mean of, you know, transferring one XRP to another XRP wallet. It's just faster than Ethereum and cheaper than Ethereum. Remember the gas fee and all that stuff? If you into the NFT marketplace for Gamestop, right? If you've ever doing any transaction on this, you know how expensive Ethereum is. Now, Gamestop and NFT marketplace though have a layer 2, so it's a little bit cheaper, but still nothing compared to the XRP ledger, you guys. I'm not joking when I say that. And again, it's all technical term, but again, this is not all doom and gloom. It's just that these type of things, lawsuits and all, is meant to slow the growth of this industry down. So let me tie it all together, you guys. I'm sorry, this is so long-winded. But let me tie all this together. This lawsuit being dropped is monumental for the crypto space in general, including the NFT marketplace for GameStop, right? Now, since this is happening, you have some form of clarity here, right? That, okay, at least XRP Ledger is not going to be, or XRP is not going to be a security, because again, it's almost like the SEC is surrender to this particular ledger, right? So if NFT marketplace could be built on Ethereum. It could also be built on XRP Ledger. Okay, it's a matter of just technology, hiring the right people to do that technology, to be able to do that. And once you do, this platform is going to take off like crazy. And again, could be 10, 15 years from now, you guys. I'm not talking about short-term gain here. This is the margin that the Wall Street people would want Gamestop to have. That 20% margin that you saw, gross margin here, it's peanuts compared to when this technology takes off. Okay, right here. So all we need right now is just the clarity part of it. What is a security? What is not a security? What can we do in this space in order to capture that market? And it's enormous. It's in an enormous market, you guys. Look at this. Like if you look at, it's like the market cap of the whole thing. I'm sure you've seen that before. Hold on, let me go to right here. $1 trillion market cap. Okay, I'm not saying that GameStop's not going to capture all of that. No, but the transaction point of it, being a middleman to capture some of that exchange, right, is going to be enormous. So even if they could just do $1 billion from that, $1 trillion market cap, that's enormous already, right? So one baby step at a time here. But this is the future. And people don't really realize it yet. And I've done this video before to kind of touch on a little bit on what I think this NFT marketplace is. It's like an eBay for blockchain digital asset. It's like an Amazon even. It's better than eBay, Amazon, everything combined. Because NFT, it's not just a JPEG, right? It's not a JPEG thing. It could be an in-game item. It could be a ticket, anything to see a live show. And if you have a live streamer that you are a fan of, right? You are completely in love with, right? You could buy the ticket in the form of NFT in order to get to see a live show or a live event or whatever it may be. It could be anything. It could be a song, right? A song. It could be, again, the imagine. It's like there's endless things that could be. But right now, I bet you anything, they are focusing on gaming, right? In-game items and all that stuff. So the ultimate destination for a gamer. And we are on our ways, right? Just give him, Ryan Cohen, I have no doubt that he could achieve that, with all of the knowledge that he had from Chewy, with all the knowledge that he had, being an investor even. But anyway, so go back to Ryan Cohen. I'm sorry. So let's tie it all together. Right here. So this is where I started to fell in love with GME. Okay. And right here. So if you listen, I don't know, I'm sure all of you have been aware of this. So let's listen to this together. Okay, 1 second. Let me. Oh man, you don't hear it, huh? Hold on.
Stock market debut, soaring more than 60% above its IPO price to $36 a share at one point. But since then, market enthusiasm has faded a little bit. Today, the stock is trading down more than 1% at $32.15 a share. I am joined now by the founder and former CEO of Chewy, Ryan Cohen. Ryan, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I know it's been a little over a year since you've stepped down as CEO.
Yes.
The stock, like I said, had a great start. It seems like some of that enthusiasm is fading. Do you think Wall Street's not getting the Chewy story right?
Yeah, I mean, I can't comment on the stock price, but what I will say is this is a business that's gone from 200 million to 3.5 billion in sales over the past 5 years. It's burned through roughly about $140 million in free cash flow, and it's continuing to grow. And so we have deferred profitability in the short term to maximize shareholder value over the long term.
How sustainable is that model?
I mean, the company really could have been profitable many years ago had we really ratcheted down marketing spend. And so we've made an intentional decision to really invest in scale and market leadership and build a much larger business.
Now, in the last earnings report, we saw that Chewy's growth rate was actually slashed in half year over year. Some investors are worried that perhaps the company's already peaked as the founder of this company. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I can't comment specifically on that. What I will say is that it's a $70 billion TAM. Chewy's a $3.5 billion business, and I think we've really sowed the seeds and created a foundation that's very scalable and capable of being a much larger business. It'll really be up to the management team to decide how quickly they decide to scale, but it's it's early days in terms of its overall online penetration. There's
been some talk out there, I know you've seen it, comparing Chewy to Pets.com, really the poster child of the tech bubble back in 2000. There are some similarities, not profitable yet, holding off on profits as it tries to beef up volume. Other than that, though, is that a fair comparison, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is an absolute crazy comparison. I think there's really nothing in common between those two businesses. You look at Pets.com, that was a business at the time it went public, was doing $6 million in sales. Its product cost was $13 million. Chewy is doing about $3.5 billion in sales, and it's burned through roughly $140 million of free cash flow. So comparing a $6 million to $3.5 billion business, one with strong underlying profitability, really is not a fair comparison.
It is a crowded space, though. How do you differentiate, right? I mean, everybody's out there looking for the best price. It seems like lots of places, Amazon, the least of which, is able to offer convenience as well.
Yeah, I would say that, the strategy from the beginning is really replicating the experience I had in the neighborhood pet store, but doing it online and doing it at scale. And so, doing those small things like the handwritten holiday cards and the flowers and the pet portraits, really showing our customers we care about them, we care about them, we care about their pets, and we never want them to dream of shopping anywhere else for their pet products. And so pet customers are fanatical. That's the ecosystem that we've built. That's really the foundation and the soul of the company. And being focused on this category is a huge differentiator against some of our other competitors.
You founded this company in 2011 at the age of 26. You said you went to 100 different investors. They all said no.
Yeah.
Thank goodness you stuck to it. What's your number one piece of advice for entrepreneurs watching this right now?
Don't give up. I mean, I wasn't going to take no for an answer. And so finally I found someone that was willing to invest in me. But I could have stopped after 20 or 30 and, reworked my business plan or gone home. But that really wasn't, my MO. I was determined to build the largest pet retailer in the world. And I wasn't going to stop until I found someone that was going to invest. And so just keep on going. Eventually you'll find someone.
So if you listen to that and you're not in love with this guy already, I'm like, I don't know how people could say that this guy is a failure. Again, it's just one of those things where, what I've noticed about the media, and I've talked about this a whole bunch in my other video too, is that, when they're trying to promote something to you, you see how the narrative is that, oh, this and that, oh, maybe the Wall Street people didn't understand Chewy, that's why, and all that stuff, right? So they give him the benefit of the doubt. Look at this. But anyway, so he just stay on point where it's like, hey, this is for long-term thing. And what makes you think he's not going to do that for GameStop? And again, the media is shift. This is Yahoo Finance, you guys. So back then, he was the most successful, right? But guess what? Now he's not. Do you understand why that is, though? Like, I bet you understand why. Because back then, they want to promote Chewy to you. They want you to buy into Chewy because they already bought it from Ryan Cohen at $3 billion, right? PetSmart bought it from there. And I bet you anything, the banks probably was already buying into this company and they want to pump it onto you, right? Meaning like they want you to buy at a higher valuation. And at the time of this video right here, hold on, let me see what's the price of Chewy right there. The price of Chewy back then was $14 billion valuation. So they took from $3 billion to $14 billion valuation. It might be a little bit lower, but my point is that they already made their money multiple times because they bought at 3. Now they get to sell to you at $14 billion. So when they're trying to sell you something, they would say good things about the company. They would bring the CEO or whatever, again, to try to sell you the Chewy. Now, Chewy is a good company. I'm not saying it's not, because again, it's Ryan Cohen, right? Bread and butter. And at the time, he sold it at a fair value. That's what he thought. And there you go. And if you listen to this guy, you know, he's all about long-term thinking. He's here for the long term. He's there. He was determined to make Chewy the way that he to make Chewy the biggest retail pet food store. That's what he's saying, right? So I bet you anything, he's gonna bring the same type of leadership, the same type of drive, the same type of mentality. And plus, now he have more experience in Chewy's, right? Before that, he hadn't had experience. That's why he was saying, like, nobody believed in him. Finally, somebody did, and there you go. The rest is history. The same way, right now, if you look at Yahoo Finance, let's go Yahoo Finance. And I've showed you guys this one before. Coverage on Gamestop. So Yahoo Finance, Gamestop, right? I think I showed you this one before, but what's the most recent one that they have said about? The earnings call, cancel. So let's see about this guy here. You might have seen this one already, you guys. So let's listen in.
Cohen at the helm. So the question is, now that he's taken over entirely, is there more GameStop stock tumult on the horizon? What does it reflect as well about the retail investing environment? Katie Kaminsky is with us now, chief research strategist at Alpha Simplex. And she reminded us all back in 2021 that GameStop's wild performance is a reminder that the behavior of investors is a powerful force in markets. She's here with us in studio today. Katie, thanks for being here. A powerful force indeed, although, as I said, that behavior seems to now have shifted, as is evidenced by the drop in the stock this morning.
Well, I think it's so fascinating because we saw one of the biggest moves for particularly hedge funds back during this GameStop event. And it feels as if from the institutional side, you're just not seeing as much fervor. And so I think you really put it very clearly that, you know, back then during COVID, maybe, you know, everyone's on the screen, everyone's thinking about it. Maybe everyone's back in the office. They're, you know, not as focused on some of the key themes that they were thinking about back in COVID. I mean, I know we're seeing less of that fervor. It's much more about a Fed fervor these days, perhaps, than GameStop.
And so where does rationality re-ensue in the markets then, as people are not in front of the screens as much as they were previously and perhaps being a little bit more judicious about the investments that they're making?
Well, I think the challenge is that irrationality, that fervor, that optimism, it moves around, right? And so what we've been seeing is most of the focus right now is on a Fed pause, fear of missing out. What am I missing in the equity markets if we actually see less tight conditions? So back in COVID, maybe we were all focused on which of these companies are the next big thing to follow, or where is there too much shorting pressure in GameStop. But right now, it really feels like people are just trying not to miss out because of what you've seen. I mean, look at the NASDAQ. It has gone up so much. And now even Russell in the last week. I mean, so it feels like there's a little bit of FOMO. And that fervor, that optimism is much more about not missing out on general equity market performance this year.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point. You're not the first person lately to have brought up the FOMO trade, or some people are calling a melt up. That's what we've been talking about. But that's a really interesting point, that the FOMO trade has been transferred from these little individual stories to the overall market. So I guess then the question becomes, how long can that sustain a rally if it's just everybody saying, I don't want to miss this?
Yes. I mean, so everybody has been sitting around all year kind of saying, like, when it's going to be okay. Let's wait, let's see, let's wait. And what we've seen now is now that there's an indication there might be a Fed pause, everyone's saying, oh, everything's going to be better. What I worry about is that the market is often much more excited and optimistic in a much shorter period of time than what we see, because we're still seeing some negative signals in, say, fixed income. So if you think about where we are right now in terms of technical signals, equity signals are just very strong on the long side. But we're still seeing short signals in commodities until about a week ago, and also in fixed income. So the picture isn't really that clear. But if we don't have as much pressure for the Fed, then, hey, maybe it looks a little better and everyone's just going to hope that inflation will just come back down and everything will be nice and rosy again, I guess.
Is the Fed still pressuring the markets, or is it the other way around now? Is the market pressuring the Fed? Because the Fed doesn't want to surprise the markets overly, but at the same time, the Fed, even in its dual mandate, it's seeing employment hold up relatively well right now and still combating inflation right now.
I would actually say it looks to me more like the market is pressuring the Fed in saying that, I mean, if you think about it, the Bank of Canada comes out today being stronger. And basically the market is basically saying, like, everything is looking good, just as long as you keep your pause. And that to me feels a little bit more like a pressure, because if they don't, that's where the people will be worried. Let's say that they come out and say, look, we decided to hike.
So this one was like 4 months ago, and the reason why I show you that is that look at the coverage for GameStop, right? They don't even talk about Ryan Cohen. Like, look at the title. It's about Ryan Cohen being named the executive chairman. None of what she's saying have anything to do with that. So why? You know, it's, again, they're just trying to shift you away from, oh, look at, it's the Fed, it's this and that. Oh, there's no volume. People are not interested in a stock anymore. Of course, they want you to believe that, right? And just like she was saying, the anchor lady right here, she's like, well, due to the price, look at it. It just go to show you this and that. Again, they want you, the regular people who, the masses, to think that way. It's like, oh yeah, it's not going to go anywhere. Who cares about GameStop, right? And to me, that's a opportunity for the investor like you and I, who are in this live stream right now, to even accumulate more. Now, this is more, I have another segment right here. Let's listen in.
All right, let's talk about a big mover today, and that is GameStop. Its shares are taking a toll after the company shakes up its C-suite. The video game retailer fired its CEO and named board chairman Ryan Cohen as executive chairman. However, while Cohen is known for his king status in the meme stock community, the news of his new role at GameStop is raising some eyebrows. One social media user saying, quote, oh, RC is the CEO now? That same guy who rigged all those BBBY shareholders? Great. Followed by another user criticizing Cohen, who's a founder of Chewy, on his time with the pet retailer, saying, quote, the same guy that could never make Chewy profitable. Well, GameStop's CEO switch also coming shortly before the company reported another lackluster quarter. And according to our next guest, this is part of the, quote, the long and winding road to termination for GameStop. Joining us now, we want to bring in Nick McKay, Vice President of Equity Research at Wedbush Securities. Nick, it's good to see you here. So it doesn't seem like from your note that you think Cohen is going to right the ship at GameStop. So what's ahead here for the company?
Thanks for having me. Yeah, there are things happening at the industry level which are just going to be difficult, if not impossible, to overcome. So if you think about GameStop at a high level, it's hardware, software, and collectibles. And on the software side, you saw the number underperform in the first quarter. There are dollars increasingly shifting over to digital spending, mobile spending, subscription spending. All three of those things aren't really in a big way at GameStop. On the hardware side, eventually you're going to have this current generation slow down, and we don't have a date yet or even a name for a successor for the Switch from Nintendo. And then finally, on the collectible side, Q1 underperformed, didn't really get a reason for that. But generally, there are things going on at industry level that I think Ryan Cohen's going to struggle to overcome.
Yeah, and
All right, so this video is like 4 months ago, right? Where's the video that say, oh, actually we were wrong about this. Everything that this guy said 4 months ago about GameStop already hit it. Like, last quarter. Let's go and look at the last quarter. It's like, oh man, I should go to the SEC website here. I don't have it up, you guys. I'm sorry. Hey, not that one. Crazy. So, for those of you who don't know this, it's GameStop, and then if you want to search for everything right here, I'm looking for quarter. I think it's this one. Yes. So this is from second quarter, right? If you look at what this guy was saying about the collectible hardware and all that stuff, oh, it's down. Okay, well, where's your video now saying it's up by tens, like double digit? Okay, hold on here. So if you do that math right here from, okay, so this is hardware. It's flat, right, from last year, but hey, look at this, close to $600 million in a quarter, in 3 months. Okay, compared to last year, it was up a little bit. But look at software. Everybody, we know this, as a GameStop investor, I hope, right? Right? So where are all the segments saying, oh, actually, they're doing a little bit better than I thought, right? Everything that this guy just said, and again, this is where they want to highlight it. This is where they want to put these people with the suit on and tell you this, right? Again, I'm not an expert on this, but I could see right through it. But maybe there are people who still believe in this, and then, and that's exactly why they say what they say, cover what they cover. Oh, this guy right here. This guy even worse. Oh, this is where Moran's already did the live action reaction to that. But let's continue on with this guy.
Nick, all those concerns have been raised before, but I'm curious about the stock move that we've seen since yesterday, the announcement that we got. I mean, is this about Ryan Cohen? Is that why we're seeing so much pressure? Is this actually trading on fundamentals, a stock that doesn't normally do that?
Yeah, I mean, what happened yesterday between the shakeup at the top and the financial results of the company just highlighted to us instability. So you have, I think for the first time, at least that I've been at Wedbush Securities, you have a general manager calling the shots at GameStop as long as those don't go against what Ryan Cohen wants. You have a Q1 where sales missed by $100 million roughly, where EPS missed the street's expectations by a few pennies, where you also saw a over $400 million swing in free cash flow to a burn of over $100 million. And we still, against that backdrop, we still don't really have a fully fleshed out turnaround program from Ryan Cohen or from the company in general. This time last year, it was going to be a push towards e-commerce. That didn't really work out. So
what do you mean that didn't really work out? What? Where do you think these sales number comes from? Now, again, this is, okay, let me give this guy the benefit of the doubt, okay? This is last quarter. So 4 months ago, so it was the first quarter, right? This is the second quarter. Where is the video or new segment saying, oh, actually, this happened? You see the, I mean, the swing that he was talking about, cash burn and all that stuff, should be readdressed right now, right? Where is that video? See that? This swing right here, that's not worth mentioning. This is $100 million swing right here. Okay? 200 in 6 months. Okay, look. That's the difference between 200. I bet you anything he's going to cut $100 million more next quarter. That's my hope, of course. Hey, a girl could dream, right? There you go. I mean, where's the video? Talking amazingly about GameStop now. But instead, I get this. Here. I'll let you guys not hold on. They don't even want to cover the second quarter. Oh, this guy right here. Look at him. Look at him. Yes. This guy's always negative about spoiler alert.
Talk a little GameStop on the day. Taking a look at shares of GME. Shares are higher by about 2.4%. The company announced this morning that they are naming Ryan Cohen as Chief Executive Officer. This comes 3 months after GameStop fired their last CEO. The billionaire bought a stake of GameStop in 2020 and joined the board a year later during the height of the meme stock phenomenon. What we should also note is that he will not be taking a salary in this role.
Oh, well, that's mighty nice of him.
Yes,
wow,
that doesn't matter to you, I know.
No, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous that he doesn't take salary. You guys, come on. Like, is it really?
Here's another executive that, by and large, people have strong feelings about Ryan Cohen, that he's failed at GameStop. And I think all signs pointed to him, Brad, taking this CEO role. He has really a board of his own hand-picked puppets, people that he used, he's hand-selected to join that board, that he worked with at Chewy, people that he feels comfortable with. They are unlikely to tell Ryan Cohen no. But by and large, zoom out of this situation, and you have Ryan Cohen, who has fundamentally failed at changing a company like GameStop. And why? Because there is no changing GameStop, Brad. This is a fundamentally challenged market. You have digital downloads, you name it. And I know there's a lot of really hardcore believers remaining out there on Reddit in the GameStop story and Ryan Cohen, but he has absolutely failed at fixing this company. All he's done is successfully laid off a lot of former Amazon workers.
The top trend.
That is so unfair to say, but of course I expect this from this guy. This guy has been negative Nancy for a long time about GameStop, about Ryan Cohen. But again, this is the same network that promote him back in the Chewy day, right? You have to understand, why are they not promoting him now? Well, here's why. Because retail owns this company. See this? Institution, very high, very low, sorry. And majority, the rest of it, is retail. And they don't want retail to win because we're dumb money. We're supposed to be dumb money. We're not supposed to be rich from a company, right? But again, this is like a narrative, right? That they want you to believe. And the hardcore believer, like the guy was saying, is going to stand to benefit for a long time if you believe in the long-term growth of this company. This type of things will come out, meaning that the news media will never tell you the good thing about GameStop until it's too late for you and I already to come in. Right? And so when they are presenting to you the price of GameStop when it was like $400 a share, it was too late. It was too late for you to jump in. That's why they told you to buy at $400 so that they could short it right back down, right? And again, like, like those type of run was again, there's so many manipulation that happens. We all know that, but I won't go through that. I might just rant on that. But this particular segment, it just, makes me feel even more convicted about Ryan Cohen being, the man for the job here. And they always say, like, the concept, what is it, as a newscast, right? I always say this, you're supposed to be reporting news. I don't care about your opinion about Ryan Cohen. What is Ryan Cohen doing? You're saying that he's a failure. That's your opinion. So what do you mean by he's a failure? that he's able to cut this much, lay off people in order to not, like, what do you want GameStop to do? Do you want GameStop to just keep overpaying executive here? Is that what these guys want you to do? Just like Adam Aaron, is the man Adam Aaron better than Ryan Cohen? I mean, it's like the character of people that these people elevate is just mind-boggling to me. But again, Ryan Cohen is supposed to be elevated, but this guy just decimated, right? Of course, it's a hit piece. We all know that, right? So anyway, I'm kind of on here for a long time, you guys, close to 2 hours. I'm sorry about that. There's a bunch of glitches. But I hope, you guys get something out of this. I'm gonna get going here. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. Sorry. I don't even know how to end this live stream, but I appreciate all of you. But if you want to hit on Morant, meaning like have him do this Hinman Jay Clayton connection on the Ethereum network and how it's kind of connected together, to me, I just got a win of it because of the XRP, because I own XRP. That's why I know a whole bunch of this. And again, I bet you anything the Connect the Dots series is gonna get so large, hundreds of episode, if you just do it on the Ethereum versus XRP versus the security exchange chairman, the past ones, right? And I bet you anything they get money from Ethereum network. Somebody paid them in Ethereum, and that's why they said it with clarity that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not security, but then turn around to sue XRP, right? And then, of course, everything that happens after the FTX too, right? The SEC is too busy, going after innocent people. Well, in my opinion, XRP people are innocent, but let this guy go free. And until this day, like, if you don't know about the FTX thing, right? FTX was found out to be fraudulent through Twitter, not the SEC. The SEC didn't do jack in turning these people in, right? And just so happened that GameStop got involved, another innocent party here that is just trying to build their own platform in order to make business out of it, right? This is a business venture here, and people, and of course, like, it's a business that provides goods and services to people that will provide, entertainment in form of gaming, have to suffer because of the SEC. Call it corruption or call it just plain ignorant on the space, or just at the very least a lot of conflict of interest that happens, right? So businesses out there, this is why Americans' business don't thrive that much anymore. It used to be, right? And it's almost like a concerted effort to dampen American company, especially the good ones, right? People who are trying to do good for their company turn out to be the biggest failure of them all, right? While people are scamming other people like Adam Aaron and all that stuff, those are the good guy. Why? Because I bet you anything, Yahoo Finance is probably owned by private equity, right? Owned by the same people that is trying to bet against GameStop, right? All right, you guys. Sorry, that was a long-winded closing remark. I will see you guys the next video, and I appreciate you joining me for 2 hours today, and I hope you have a good weekend. Okay.